Hey Deckers, Granblue Fantasy Relink launched just a couple of days ago and is running fantastically well on the Steam Deck, although it could be a little bit better. So let's have a look at the best settings. First off, I'm going to have a quick look at the lower settings, which is actually called standard on this. I've turned blur and VSync off as we want that handled with the Steam Deck, and we don't like motion blur on this channel. Overall, it does seem to hold over 30 frames per second, but when we're in battles, especially in town and other places, it does regularly dip to that 30 FPS mode. So I am actually recommending for the first time in quite a while that we actually put on the 30 FPS limit on the Steam Deck here and keep the frame limit in game to 60. Now this does make it very stable, and you'll also notice that the wattage is only around the 13 watt mode on the Steam Deck OLED, so you will get around 3 to 4 hours battery on this one as well, although that will change in a minute. As you'll see, it is pretty solid. We do get some minor dips in some of the cutscenes that also have loading going on in the background, and also when we go around town we get some minor dips, and also with some major sword artifacts as well. But I am actually going to recommend that you bump this up if you're going to keep that 30 frames per second cap. If you're not going to keep the 30 frames per second cap, I would say to keep it on standard. And now you'll see that actually those graphics look a lot better. It's quite an improvement between the standard and the high version. And on Ultra is a little bit over the top, I feel, but high settings at 30 capped will push that wattage up a little bit higher in some of the bigger battles, and you will see slightly more of those dips in the big art skills, but it's not enough to ruin your experience, and the graphical gain for that high preset is worth it in my opinion. Now what I mean by those dips and the sword artifacts is when we kick them off, especially when we have several in a row, you'll see that it very briefly dipped into the low 20 there, but it was only for a very brief second, and then we're back at that 30 stable. So when there is some loading effects going on, it does dip minor, but not all of the time, as you see with much more going on there. Overall, this is playing fantastically well on the Steam Deck, and if you are looking to get back into the Granblue series, I think this is a fantastic addition to do so. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into this one and how your experience has been. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
You're safe now. Hurry to the ship. Thank goodness.
Don't give up, okay? I'm alive?
You're going to be fine.
Can you walk, miss?